Okay. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us. To welcome you to the New Jersey Association for College Admission Counseling STEM Virtual College Fair. We're going to get started here. We have 6 wonderful institutions here with us today, and I'm going to allow them 6 minutes each to talk about their institution. Second here, I apologize, my slides. All right, today we have Kunshan University, Maine Maritime Academy, Drexel University, Felician University, University of Vermont, University of Maryland, Baltimore County. Today you'll notice that you have the Q&A function where you can submit your questions at any time. So please use that Q&A function. You don't have to wait until the university that you're directing your question or you have any questions for that specific university. You can set at any time and our university reps will be happy to answer your questions. And then also please keep in mind that this session will be recorded and you are able to get a copy of the session at the end of the event. And so we will go ahead. I'm going to stop sharing and allow our first presenter from Kunshan University to take it over.
Thank you so much. Let me share my screen really quickly. Alrighty, so my name's Emily Gruby. I am a global recruitment officer from Kunshan University, which is a joint venture institution that Duke University actually opened up in China. You do spend most of your time in China, but you have the opportunity to spend a semester at Duke as well during your junior year. And then when you graduate, you get 2 degrees. One from Duke, which of course is accredited here in the US, and then one from Duke Kunshan, which is accredited in China. And since I do only have 6 minutes, I want to point out that I have a QR code on each of the slides where you can scan that with your camera app, and it'll actually bring you to our virtual events page where we have virtual campus tours and information sessions. They go a little bit longer than 6 minutes, but it's a great way to learn more about our institution. Okay, so Kunshan is a small city, by Chinese standards at least, located in China. It's right in between Suzhou and Shanghai. It is about 2 million people, so not too small. And of course, easy access to Shanghai, which is about 20 minutes via high-speed train. And of course, Shanghai is one of the biggest cities in the world, so it's just a great location to be in for just being able to explore, but also to do internships and research and those kind of things. We are a pretty new institution. We opened in 2013 with our graduate programs, but just started bringing in undergrads a few years ago. In creating Duke Kunshan University, we were really hoping to kind of reinvent the traditional notion of liberal arts and sciences by creating experiential and interdisciplinary coursework through our blended disciplines. While we are very interdisciplinary, we do have 3 distinct academic divisions, including arts and humanities, social sciences, and natural sciences. And I'll focus a little bit on the natural sciences today since we are looking at STEM. We do have a very experiential component, and one way we've done that is through our academic calendar. We have classes that are just Monday through Thursday. So Fridays are really meant for co-curricular education, whether that be research with a faculty member, whether it be career treks into Shanghai or field trips, or just an opportunity to travel. The Fridays are really, really cool to get outside of the classroom a little bit. And then additionally, we have a pretty innovative semester schedule. So we have a hybrid calendar between the US and China's higher education calendar, where we go from August to December, like in the US, and then have a winter break and come back from January to May. But each semester has 2 7-week sessions. So you're only taking about 2 to 3 classes at a time. You know, it is a little bit intense because you are essentially cramming that semester's worth of coursework into the 7 weeks. But again, you're not balancing quite as many classes at the same time. So here is a brief or a list of our majors. I'm only going to show them briefly because I know we don't have much time, but I did bold the STEM specific majors. And you'll see that there are hollow bullet points under each of the majors, and those are disciplinary tracks. And that's kind of what we mean by the blended disciplines. You'll choose both a major and a disciplinary track, but you don't have to declare your major until the end of your sophomore year. We really value students taking exploratory classes and being able to really figure out what they want to do before they have to declare a major. And about a third of your courses are electives, so you have plenty of room to explore all of these areas before you graduate. We do have a brand new innovation building that houses our research and teaching labs, as well as an artificial intelligence lab. Like I mentioned earlier, about 20% of our students do undergraduate research, and that percentage is actually just based off of our first 2 classes, since we are a new institution. So we anticipate that that number will increase as we have more students. So as a new institution in general, all of our facilities are state-of-the-art and brand new, but this is something that we're particularly proud of. So I've mentioned previously that we do have a very small student body. I like to remind students that this is a completely English program, so you don't have to know any Chinese prior to enrolling. We have about a 7-to-1 student faculty ratio. And if you're aware of higher education or education in general in China, you may know that there is some censorship. However, we have special privileges as a joint venture institution that we have complete academic freedom. So students can do research and discuss class topics based on whatever they want. And with that, we also have free and open internet. So websites that are typically blocked in China are not blocked on campus. Plus our students have VPNs. So even when they're off campus in China, they have access to Facebook and Google and all those important things, but also all of Duke's digital library resources and archives. Our students currently come from over 50 countries, so diversity is something that's very important to us. We're continuing to grow each year in that area as well, and I know I'm a little bit biased, but I think our students are some of the coolest that I've ever met, and I truly think they're going to go on to do really great things. We are on the Common App. We have 2 application rounds, early November for early decision, and then early January for regular decision. Our application is free, and all students who apply are automatically considered for scholarships and financial aid. And we are also on the Duke application. If you are applying through Duke as well, you can check off and have your application forwarded to us. Alrighty, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to this. And again, please use your camera to scan the QR code and check out some of our campus tours and information sessions.
Wonderful, thank you so much. At this time, we will move on to Maine Maritime Academy.
Thank you. My name is Elizabeth Allaby. I'm an admissions counselor at Maine Maritime Academy. See if I can get this to share. With the snowstorm, my internet is a little bit slow in Maine, so I apologize. Just let me know if I glitch out or anything. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with Maine Maritime Academy, we're a very small school, about 1,000 students, located directly on the coast, about middle of the coast in Maine, in a small village town called Castine, Maine. And predominantly our students, excuse me, my cat jumped on me. This is why you don't work from home. Predominantly, our students are studying either engineering, management, transportation, or ocean studies. So we have these 4 academic departments that we offer. We are a very STEM-heavy school. And just a little bit more about us. Within those 4 academic programs, we have some different variations. So within, for example, ocean studies, we do offer environmental science as well as oceanography and marine biology. Within transportation, there are a couple different options to get different size licenses from the Coast Guard. So there are different opportunities within those. So even though we're small, there's a whole lot to do and uncover. We have about 950 undergraduates. We do also offer a very small graduate program, about 20 students a year. It's a Master's of Science in Business, International Business and Logistics. Because we're small, we're able to offer a very small student to faculty ratio, about 11-to-1. So you'll get a lot of good and one-on-one interaction with your professors. You'll be able to pick their brains about what you want to research, for example. We do offer a variety of Division III varsity sports. I'll have a slide on those in just a moment. Sort of our crown jewel is certainly our working waterfront, as the name Maritime implies. We have a variety of different training, pleasure, and research vessels at our disposal, truly at your disposal. So not just for the transportation students or the ocean science students, there's a whole lot of ways to get out on the water, in the water, you name it. Take advantage of that waterfront in Maine. There are several different clubs and organizations that you can get involved in. So again, just because we're small doesn't mean you can't find a nice niche to occupy your time while you're at Maine Maritime Academy. One thing that I wanted to go over, the students of ours who are getting the largest size US Coast Guard license that we offer both on the deck side and the engineering side, it's a requirement to be in our regiment. So about 2/3 of our student body are in uniform. Very often it gives off the appearance that we are a military school. Our students who are in uniform are not necessarily going into any service when they graduate. That's the kind of cool thing. Typically they go into the commercial maritime industry working on cruise ships, cargo vessels, tankers, things of that nature. But we do have an opportunity to go into the Coast Guard, as well as we've got a Naval ROTC program with a Marine Corps option, and there's also a Naval Reserve track. So if you are interested in embarking in service when you graduate, you have that ability. It's just not the requirement when you graduate. All of our classes are extraordinarily hands-on. Anything you learn in a lecture, you are likely going to do that same week in a lab. That's one piece that we really hold near and dear, is that by the time you graduate, all of these different skills you've been learning along the way are muscle memory. So be it line handling to navigation to understanding, the economics of imports, exports, things like that. We've got a lot of different hands-on options for you. In addition to the academics, we keep you pretty busy during your summers. So the students who are getting different size Coast Guard licenses are going to spend time aboard different vessels, maybe aboard our cruise training vessel. You see this in that bottom left-hand picture. We've got a 500-foot long training vessel that those students getting those deck officer engineering degrees and licenses, they spend aboard that training vessel. For the rest of our students, they'll do things like co-ops or internships, and we hook you up with these different companies and these experiences. So that way, when you graduate, you've got a really great resume and a great jumping off point for your career. Which leads me to this statistic I'm extremely proud of. So over 90% of our students, when they graduate, within 90 days of graduation, are employed in their fields. And that's pretty stellar. This is a small selection of some of the companies our students go on to work for. Oftentimes their internships over the summer, their co-ops, are what lead to these different positions when they graduate. But certainly employers like our students, they want to hire you because you have the knowledge, skills, and ethics that we say that you do, and you can put them in practice as soon as you're out the door from us. As I mentioned before, we do offer a variety of Division III varsity athletics. So we're not just all work, no play. If you're an athlete, there certainly might be a home for you. Or like me, if you prefer to spectate, there's sort of a nice, campus community who likes to cheer on the Mariners. So there's always sort of something to watch for. This is my last slide, just to give you some different information about who we are and how we've been ranked in some national magazines. And other than that, thank you so much. If you've got more questions about Maine Maritime Academy, I'll put my email in the chat.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And now we're going to move on to Drexel University.
Thank you so much. All right. Okay, great. So hopefully you can hear me and see the slides. And my name is Steve Weber, and I'm professor and head in the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering at Drexel University. And I'm very pleased to have a few minutes to talk with you about our great school. So we were founded more than 130 years ago in 1891, and we were founded as the Drexel Institute, and then became the Drexel Institute of Technology, and finally the Drexel University in 1970. And our founders' motto, or one of them, was education must not only be good, but be good for something. And I think that really underscores the philosophy that we take today. So STEM education is really at the heart of our university mission, And it's primarily accomplished through one of the distinguishing characteristics of our university, which is the co-op program, cooperative education. And most Drexel undergraduate students, and particularly those in STEM degrees, end up pursuing the 5-year, 3 co-op degree. And in that degree program, each student in pursuit of her undergraduate degree will go through 3 distinct 6-month co-op paid work experiences, getting real-world experience towards the degree. It's an unparalleled opportunity to get invaluable work experience in your area, and it's a great leg up when you finally graduate and go off to apply for a permanent position. So because of co-op and because of our roots as an Institute of Technology, I would say that our approach to STEM education is through experiential learning. Just a few statistics about our student body. So first of all, we're located in University City, which is adjacent to Center City, Philadelphia. It's a very beautiful place for a campus, and is very also integrated into the city. So you kind of get both, best of both worlds in that sense. Also, in the best of both worlds, I think we really bring out the finer points of being both a mid-sized and a large-sized private urban university. We have more than 80 distinct state-of-the-art STEM degrees, but despite that large menu of options, it's nonetheless the case that our median class size is only 19 students, and our student-to-faculty ratio is 11:1. So you get the choice of any STEM major you can think of, as well as keeping that intimate small class size characteristic of smaller schools. We're also very proud of the great diversity of our student body. We have students from all over the United States and over 150 countries around the world. I'd say that one of the hallmark characteristics about our student body is their engagement. And one measure of that is the fact that there are over 350 active student-run groups and clubs. Everything from the Drexel Cyber Dragons, which is the student group that I advise, to Women in Computing, to Pragati, the Indian Student Association. No matter what your interest is, with almost 99% probability, there is a group for you of fellow students interested in that same thing. Just a few things about these STEM majors. As I mentioned, Drexel has over 80 STEM degrees, and these degrees are housed in the various colleges listed on this slide, everything from the College of Arts and Sciences to my college, the College of Engineering, to the School of Public Health. And one of the great things about Drexel is that it allows its students a very large, I'd say almost unprecedented degree to customize their degree option, to find the thing that works for them. Maybe you want to add a minor, maybe you want a double major, maybe you want to enroll in our 5-year Bachelor's of Science, Master's of Science degree, in which after those 5 years, you complete not only your undergraduate degree, but also your master's degree. And so we have 15,000 undergraduate students and probably 16,000 plans of study. Every single student has their own approach to finding the path through the diverse collection of programs that Drexel offers. And I'm very proud of the very successful and dedicated advising staff that we have that helps our students navigate through all of those options. But of course, there's more beyond the books. I think it's very important to note that a school like ours, of our size, is a very active research institution. We are designated as a Carnegie R1 university. That denotes the highest level of research activity, and our peers are the very highest in the country. And I think, as I mentioned, the flavor of that research, consistent with our motto being experiential learning, is use-based research. And what use-based research means is maybe reflected by the fact that we've won awards and recognition for having very impactful research and having a top-tier level of patents from research. But I think more pertinent to the prospective students here is the fact that Drexel has a very proud and long tradition of integrating research activity into the undergraduate student experience. And there's several programs that help us do this, including Students Tackling Advanced Research, the STAR program, which students in their first year are eligible to take, or the summer after their first year, as well as our Vertically Integrated Projects, or VIP program. And that's a project in which students can work with a faculty member, with fellow students for credit on a team of undergraduate and graduate students across multiple years, and over that time grow from initially being a mentee to being a mentor to younger students. And finally, again, it's worth emphasizing one of the biggest value adds of coming to Drexel University, which is our co-op program. So we've been successfully placing students in co-op for over 100 years. We know how to do it, and know how to do it well. And my last slide here is to ask, how well do we do? Well, of course, one important measure of that is our placement rate. And we're very proud of the statistic that 96% of our students are employed or are pursuing professional or higher education. But I think even more important than that is the number at the bottom here, which is that 92% of our graduates are satisfied with their position. And I think that that remarkable statistic is attributable in no small part to our co-op program, because by gaining that real world experience while you're a student, it enables our students to know what it is they want to do when they graduate. So I'll leave it at that, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much, Drexel University. We're going to move on to Felician University, but I also want to remind everyone that the Q&A function is available. So if you're attending and you have any questions for any of our universities here today, please feel free to use the Q&A function at any time. And now I will turn it over to Felician.
Hi, thank you. That's me. So just give me 1 second as I get our presentation up. Hi, so thank you. My name is Samantha Montalva. I'm an assistant director of undergraduate admissions at Felician University. So I read applications, accept students, and kind of just work with them all the way up until they start classes. Now, I was not aware that we only have 6 minutes, so I'm going to try my best, so bear with me, and we'll just jump right in. So here at Felician, we are a 4-year private Catholic college. We are located in 2 locations, but we are one university. So we're located in Rutherford and Lodi, New Jersey. So students could kind of have a class on either or campus in the same week is usually how it works. We are super close to MetLife Stadium. So if you guys know where MetLife is, you know where Felician is. And we're also very, very close to New York City, where students secure really good internships and job opportunities and things like that. We are definitely a smaller school. So we got about 2,400 students in total. That includes our graduate students. So just some fast facts. About 400 plus of our students are freshmen. We are newly test optional. We have 60 plus majors and minors. We are rated the #1 safest campus in New Jersey, so we're very proud of that. Also very proud to say that 95% of our graduates from 2019 are either employed or in a graduate program, and we're a big commuter school. So only about 500 of our students actually live on campus and in our dorming facilities. So we have 4 schools here at Felician. We have our School of Business, School of Education, School of Nursing, and School of Arts and Science. So I'm just going to highlight the big things about each. So our School of Business, you can see we offer a lot through our School of Business. Also new stackable certifications, so students can start building credentials before they even get their degree. But the big thing with our School of Business is our 5-year combined BS and MBA program. So students can start taking master's level courses as soon as junior year, and then it really only takes them 1 year in our MBA program to make up the difference and then graduate with a master's. So it's a really good opportunity for students to just gain another degree and save time and save money. We also have computer science as a 1-year master's as well. And that's kind of a common theme at Felician. We have a lot of these accelerated master's degrees. So in our School of Education, the big thing here is that any track that you go into, any one of these 3 tracks is going to get a special education certification. And that is a big thing for teachers or students seeking to be teachers. It's just to make you more marketable when you look for a position to have this. And what's cool is it's built into our curriculum. So it's just what students get when they're with us. We also have a new minor for board certified assistant behavior analyst that has an emphasis on working on students with autism. And really anyone can take that, but we kind of market it towards our education majors because they're in the classroom anyway. That's also that's a new minor, but it's a major as well now. So School of Nursing, this is definitely what we are most known for. So our School of Nursing, our NCLEX pass rate is a 90 for the first try, which is amazing. That top right picture that you're looking at is our Nursing Resource and Simulation Center. And we were lucky enough to win a grant. So that is a whole hospital replica on our campus that students work on their first 2 years, and then we put them into clinicals. So it's a really great program. And that it's why that's, sorry, I'm like losing my train of thought today. That's why that NCLEX pass rate is so high, and our students really have no issue getting hired right after graduating. So our School of Arts and Science is by far our largest school. There's a lot going on in here, so I'm just going to highlight a few, but of course we have art. We have a ton under biology, which is the next slides, communication, and then criminal justice, gaming and interactive media, and psychology are very, very popular. Criminal justice is offered a 1-year MBA, and psychology also has a 2-year master's attached to it. Some new programs at Felician. We are newly pre-med and also pre-vet, as well as pre-pharmacy. And then this is everything else that we have in the medical field under biology. And these are joint programs with Rutgers as well as other schools, but our most popular is definitely physical therapy. So we are also D2. So there is 14 D2 sports here, and students can definitely get scholarship. And what's cool about Felician is outside of sports as well, every student does receive a scholarship upon acceptance. And I think that's the next slide. Let's see. Yep, it's our scholarship grid. So it's based on GPA. If students do get an athletic scholarship, it would be stacked on top of whatever they're guaranteed to get upon acceptance here. And students with a 3.4 GPA or higher will get an additional honor scholarship of $3,000. And this is outside of, financially through the FAFSA, any grants or scholarships you can get there. And I swear this is like my last slide. I know we're coming up on the 6-minute mark, but we are rolling admissions. For our nursing program, we do require SAT, ACT, or TEAS test scores, letter of recommendation, and personal essay. For everyone else, it's just a transcript and filling out a application through our website or Common App, and you can use the QR code at the bottom of the screen to take you to our website, check out the virtual tour, fill out an application, and all the other resources. And that's it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Glad to hear about that. Thank you, Felician University. We're going to move on to the University of Vermont.
All right. Hi, everybody. Let me get my screen shared here for you guys. Awesome. All right. So thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Candace Duckworth. I am the Regional Associate Director of Admissions for the University of Vermont. That means I actually live down here and work with all the students in New Jersey, as well as Pennsylvania and Delaware. So I'm not actually based in Burlington, despite my background. On this slide, you can see some quick facts about the University of Vermont. You can see both our size as well as the breadth of our programs. You might notice that the ratio of our in-state to out-of-state students is a little unusual for a public university. That's because Vermont is a small state, so most of our students do come from outside of Vermont, from across the United States as well as abroad. You'll also notice we have more than 100 different majors that we offer in 7 different schools and colleges. So I actually tried to pick through them earlier today, and I think about 40 of those 100 majors are STEM related. So things like our Agricultural and Life Sciences College, the College of Engineering and Mathematical Sciences, College of Nursing and Health Sciences, as well as our unique Rubenstein School for Environment and Natural Resources. Putting knowledge to work and learning by doing is definitely a hallmark of a UVM education. 92% of students participate in experiential learning opportunities, including but not limited to internships, research, service learning, and study abroad. Some really specialized facilities that we have for our students include a new STEM complex featuring state-of-the-art teaching and research labs. We also have our University of Vermont Medical Center and the Level 1 Trauma Center teaching hospital right on campus. That's a really great for our students to learn at. And let's see, we also have different natural sites throughout the state that the university manages. So everything ranging from farms to Lake Champlain up to the top of Mount Mansfield, students have the opportunity to do some hands-on research. The residential experience is a big part of UVM as well, especially in your first year when you're transitioning and going to maybe moving away from home for the first time. So we have all of our students organized into different residential learning communities. So essentially, these are kind of like themed dorms that bring you together with other students who have a common interest. It's a great opportunity for you to start creating your kind of home away from home feeling. And you can see the themes that we have here: arts and creativity, everything from outdoor experience or sustainability, wellness, environment. You actually get to pick your preferences on your housing application. So you can relate it to your major, you cannot, and you get to pick whichever one is really fun. Our UVM community is also dedicated to supporting and celebrating the unique identity of every staff, faculty, and student. We share a lot of things in common. We call this our common ground, which are the list of values that we see here: respect, integrity, innovation, openness, justice, and responsibility. And these values, all of our community members come together to pledge to uphold. It's really just kind of the core foundation of our community. We also deeply value diversity, equity, and inclusion in all aspects of campus life. So you'll see here the different identity centers that we have for students: our Mosaic Center for students of color, the Prism Center, the Interfaith Center, and the Women and Gender Equity Center. And we also incorporate this into our 4 general education requirements. These are the classes that every student has to take regardless of your major. So we have 2 courses focused on diversity, another on sustainability, at least 1 quantitative reasoning, and then foundational writing and information literacy. We really think kind of these core values are essential for you to become both a lifelong learner as well as a responsible citizen. We are located in beautiful Burlington, Vermont, not Burlington, New Jersey, right along Lake Champlain. And UVM would not be the same without Burlington. Burlington would not be the same without UVM. The energy of the campus really kind of feeds the town, and the town gives back to the university with great internships and an awesome music scene, world-class restaurants and coffee houses, and then miles of parks and beaches. And it's really a special college town. So some of our distinctive qualities kind of appear a little contradictory. I've kind of touched on a few of them throughout this presentation. So like, we are old. We were founded in 1791. So we do have Drexel beat by a few years. We're actually the 5th oldest college in New England, but we're constantly renewing our programs as well as our facilities to kind of keep up with the ever-changing world around us. And then our size being about 10,000 students is both big and small. Students really get the opportunities of a large national research university, but you have that small school feeling of maybe a liberal arts college. And then our location, again, in Burlington, is both urban and open. You can see kind of an overview there of the city with the lake, but not too far away, you also have all of that breath of fresh air going into the mountains and going hiking and doing research out in the field. To summarize, UVM is a really great mix of, a fully equipped land-grant university that's old and new and big and small. And our students go on to find great success, however it is that you define that success. So it could be employment, graduate school, really wherever your goals lead you. And as you can see here, our students have had really strong outcomes over the last few years, and we're really proud of the work that our alumni network is doing across the globe. Seeing yourself at UVM is definitely the first step. Just to give you a little background about our admissions process, we do offer early action as well as regular decision. We are on the Common App and the Coalition app. We will be test optional for the next 2 admission cycles. So that would be for fall of 2022 and fall of 2023. We do automatically consider all students for merit scholarship, as well as an invitation to join our honors college if you apply with test scores or if you apply test optional. At this time, the university is prioritizing the health and safety of our on-campus faculty, students, and staff. So we are closed to external visitors at this time. We're not offering tours or events or anything on campus this spring semester, but if this changes, we will make sure to update our website. I definitely encourage you to learn more on our website and explore, and to keep in touch with me throughout the college search process. I'll be putting my email in the chat. Thanks.
Thank you so much, University of Vermont. We're now going to move on to our final university of the event this afternoon, and that is the University of Maryland, Baltimore County.
All right, thanks so much. I will pull up my screen. All right, well, hello everyone. Good evening. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm Rachel McCauley. I'm one of the admissions counselors at UMBC, and UMBC stands for University of Maryland, Baltimore County. So this beautiful picture here is our 500-acre campus. And as you can see, even though in our name it does say Baltimore, we're actually 15 minutes outside of Baltimore City. So we're in a little suburban area called Catonsville. And you can see outside of what our campus is there, you'll see lots of trees. There's also lots of coffee shops and small boutiques and great places to eat nearby. But on our campus, you can see that it's one big circle there. And if you cut the campus in half horizontally, everything on the bottom half of campus is residential and everything on the top half of campus is academic. It only takes about 12 minutes on average to walk from one side of the circle to the other. So great medium-sized feel on our campus there. Our undergraduate size is about 11,000 undergraduate students. So that is a really good medium size, especially when you think about the high school that you're attending. It could be anywhere from 100 students total to 2,000 to 3,000 students total at your high school. So even those sizes are this is a very different comparison, right? And even 11,000 is still a medium-sized school. So I want you to think about being in the halls of your high school, looking around. You probably see familiar faces, you have your friends, but there also might be some faces that you don't know quite yet. That's a very similar feel that you get at UMBC where, 11,000 is a lot of people, but you will see your familiar faces. You will see people that are in your classes, in your major. You might see your professors on campus. But you're never going to know 11,000 people all at once. So that means there's always room to make new connections and build new relationships on our campus. So really, really great medium size. It also makes our student faculty ratio about 19:1 with an average class size of about 24. So pretty similar to what you might be experiencing right now. We also do have 61 majors and 55 distinct programs, 70 minors and 36 certificate programs. So a lot of different variety to study. Some of our more popular majors are biology, chemistry, engineering, computer science. But even outside of those STEM majors, we have some phenomenal majors in our arts and humanities and social sciences, such as media and communications, psychology, dance, theater, visual and performing arts, all around. They are phenomenal, and we're very proud of all of our alumni from UMBC. Our current students at UMBC, typically about 82% of students complete an internship, a research project, or they study abroad. We are lucky being in Baltimore, having a really good location in terms of jobs and internships, being 15 minutes away from Baltimore City, 30 minutes away from Annapolis, and about 45 minutes from DC. Also, we are a research-heavy university, and a lot of times when people think of research, they think of the STEM majors, so the sciences and engineering. But we actually offer research in every single one of our majors at UMBC. So even if you're studying something like vocal performance, you still can do research at UMBC in our music majors. So that is something really unique and actually very exciting. And you can do it at any time in your college career. So even starting in your first semester, you can get your hands on research and have a great physical learning experience. Now, outside of the classroom, there's a whole bunch of things to get involved in. So whether that be exploring downtown Baltimore through our transit system that is free for all of our students, or staying on our campus and going to one of our Division I sports games. We have 17 Division I sports teams at UMBC. Most notable so far are our men's basketball and soccer teams, having won amazing championships throughout the recent years, especially our basketball team who made history being a 16 seed in March Madness, defeating a #1 seed back in 2018. So that was really, really exciting to be a part of. And we love to show our black and gold. We are the Chesapeake Bay Retrievers. We love showing our Retriever pride on our campus at our games, but also at our events that we have. We have over 270 clubs and organizations on our campus, and they can range from fraternities and sororities to social justice and civic action groups, or they can be cultural and religious clubs and organizations. We have students from over 100 countries on our campus. So culture is a really, really big thing. Each of our cultural clubs are required to have at least one event each semester. And so that's a great way to get to know other students from different walks of life on our campus and create that strong community and understanding. So we do also have other various events every single day on our campus, even in the virtual space that we're in right now. There's tons of virtual events going on so that you can get engaged with other students at UMBC. Now let's talk about the application process. So we are on the common application, and we will always be on the common application. So we'll need that official completed common application. We'll need your official high school transcript, and we're looking for about A's and B's throughout your high school transcript, right? We're going to be looking up to your junior year, and if you're admitted to UMBC, we'll require that final transcript before you attend. We do want to see some weighted grades in there as well. So any AP, honors classes, IB, gifted, talented classes, we do want to see those scattered throughout your transcript as well. One thing I really want to note is that we will be test optional for fall 2022. That is breaking news. We just made that decision a few days ago. So feel free to submit your test scores if you have them. If not, that's okay too. We'll accept up to 2 letters of recommendation, and our early action deadline is always going to be November 1st. Regular decision will be February 1st. Thank you so much for having me today. This is my information. Feel free to scan the code on the screen with your camera, and I'll also put my email in the chat. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Well, thank you all so much. We're so thrilled to have all of you here with us today. For those of you who attended, when you close this window, I want to let you know that there will be a very quick 4-question survey, and we would appreciate any feedback that you can provide about this event. And then also please keep in mind that this is just one of many sessions being hosted by the NJACAC. So please be sure to sign up for additional sessions. And then in about a week, you should receive an email with this session's recording, as well as other sessions that happened during this event. So thank you so much to all of our institutions who attended today, and thank you to those of you who joined us.